Jim Gordon along with Bill Chadwick, the Big Whistle, in Los Angeles, California for Game 2 of the Stanley Cup playoff round between the Kings and the Rangers. The Rangers fresh off one of the best games they have ever played in a playoff round. L.A. tried to blow them out of the rink last night, and it just plain didn't work.
Jim, but it goes back 2 years ago when a goaltender kept the Rangers in the playoffs, and this Steve Baker is something else. In the last 4 games, Steve Baker has stopped 115 of 117 shots, just 2 goals in 4 games, and he ever been hot.
The entire Ranger team was hot last night. They stayed within their system. They did exactly what they were supposed to do, and it worked out for them just fine as they took a 3-1 game home with them. One more game here, this one tonight, of course, before the Rangers finally come home for the remaining games of the Stanley Cup playoff round. Perhaps. We'll soon find out. A peaceful time today in Los Angeles. It won't be for long. Stay tuned for Stanley Cup action with the New York Rangers.
We're right there.
Hey, we were next.
Wait a second. Hey!
What is this? You're next? Yes.
Congratulations. So Luigi's a 100 customer. Everything's free.
Sitting pretty all together in Shaver City.
How you enjoy it?
Sitting pretty all together in Shaver City.
We are in Shaver City.
These people have something many other airline employees don't, a job. Because last year, while other airlines laid off almost 18,000 people, Eastern actually added some. We're trying to keep people because that means keeping service. And we don't think you should have to give up service just because times are tough. After all, I may get you to try Eastern once, but these are the people who make you want to come back. At Eastern, we have to earn our wings every day.
And we are back here in Los Angeles, where the Los Angeles Kings will be opening up, defending the goal to your direct right, and the New York Rangers the goal to your left.
There is Steve Baker in goal for the New York Rangers. He has stopped 115 of the last 117 shots on goal the last 4 games, giving up just 2 goals. Has he ever done a job?
That's an incredible set of figures you hit. 115, 117.
Oh, it's just outstanding.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, in honor of America,
And the all-star goaltender for the Los Angeles Kings, Mario Lazar.
by Mr. Frank Mahoney.
Frank Mahoney will take care of the pregame ceremonies out in center ice.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
All right, Mr. Mahoney.
Mr. Frank Mahoney.
What a job Mr. Mahoney did.
The Rangers defending the goal to your left. Los Angeles Kings the goal to your right.
There's the game's stats of the first games. 3-1, of course, the score. L.A. outshooting the Rangers almost 2-1. But the outcome on the top was what's most important. Most L.A. shots came in the third period, maybe in the last 5 minutes of the third period.
There have been some changes in the Los Angeles lineup for tonight's game. Martin is sitting down.
The referee is Brian Lewis tonight. He was a spare official last night. The same two linesmen, John D'Amico and Mark Hare.
Barry Beck out at center ice, talking to Mr. Lewis before the game gets underway. And Ron Duguay will be starting off for the New York Rangers. And what an effect he had on that game last night.
He got a score from 180 feet last night, from one goal line to the other.
Let's see if the Kings play it the same way they did last night. Look at Duguay in right away. Could be an icing call. It is. The Rangers last night gave the Kings defensemen no room to move at all. They were on them just as soon as they got a hold of the puck.
Jim, they have to keep playing, particularly against Korab and Shotro. Both of them have lead feet. They've got to throw the puck into the corner, make them handle it.
Ron Duguay with Dean Talabas and Jerry Gillis. Jerry came very close to a couple last night.
Tim, we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about the play of the rookie Hospodar. He's matured in the last month tremendously.
Puck is in Los Angeles, and Rangers trying to get it out. Heavy hitting in the corner. Duguay tries to get in, too. That's St. Laurent and Duguay. And a fast whistle in the corner. Look out, here comes Hospodar. And Mr. Beck is in there. Nothing serious happened. They were anticipating a problem.
Last night in the first few minutes of the hockey game, it was all the Kings that were using the muscle.
Bill pointed out last night, and I think in retrospect he was right, when Hospodar went into Marcel Dion behind the net, they both went out, the game changed.
It changed the complex of the game for the Los Angeles Kings. They didn't throw the body anymore after that.
Face off in the Kings' end. Back behind the goal line. Good hit by Talabas. St. Laurent. Shot from the blue line. Score! Talk about Hospodar.
And the Rangers keep the puck in the Kings zone. And Hospodar with a shot from the point, and oh, how important that shot from the point is. Eddie Hospodar getting his first playoff goal. There's the play coming back to Hospodar, and he takes the shot, and it went right by Lazard. That's a big goal for the Rangers. By the way, it's his second playoff goal. He got one against Atlanta last year.
27 seconds, the time of the Hospodar goal. Right after Bill finished talking about having to say some nice things about Eddie Hospodar. It is 1-0 Rangers, 27 seconds into the game. It is unassisted. Vadnais into center zone. 19 minutes, 20 seconds to go. First period, Rangers 1, Kings nothing.
Jim, look at the Kings letting Greshner stand in front of the net.
Puck now worked to the blue line and across. Long shot is in on Baker. He makes a clearing save to his right. Shot to the goal, saved by Baker, and he fought on it.
The goal by Eddie Hospodar is recorded as unassisted in 27 seconds.
We'll have a face-off for the first time in the Rangers' end. To the right side is Steve Baker. Rangers leading by a score of 1-0.
You just saw that shot by Billy Harris. He was the best Los Angeles King last night.
Dion against Nielsen. Nielsen gets the draw back toward the goal line. A scramble for the puck there. Nobody's got clean possession. And they'll face again. Nielsen did a fine job. As a matter of fact, the Rangers centers did an excellent bit of work last night on face-offs.
The only time we knew Dion was in the game last night was in the last minute. He won a few face-offs. Outside of that, I don't think he touched the puck 10 times.
Dion against Nielsen again. Free puck. Baker makes a stop. Dave Maloney. Greshner off the boards, not clear. Shot. Just right. He might have got a piece. He was screened. Behind the net. In front. Rangers have it. Anders Hedberg. Hedberg took a hit from Taylor, but got the pass out towards center zone. One man is back. Hardy's got the puck. Hardy takes a hit from Vadnais, and the puck's in the Rangers' hand. This is Nielsen coming in. Good feed to Greshner. Nielsen put down as he gets rid of the puck. Greshner lost it. Vadnais. Dave Maloney missed. They're in behind him. That's Greg Terrian. Here comes Vadnais. Good check on Fox. And the puck goes out of play. Vadnais was involved last night in a couple of scufflings with the Kings. We expect to see some of that same play tonight.
Jim, the fuses on these hockey clubs are a little short tonight.
This program is authorized by Madison Square Garden Productions Incorporated solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any publication, rebroadcast of the use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this event, including the imposition of a charge for viewing the program without the express written consent of Madison Square Garden Productions Incorporated, is prohibited.
As the face-off so far tonight, the Rangers have won all face-offs so far.
Face off to the left side of Baker. Always dangerous. Shot here. Off a stick into the crowd. Chartrand.
That was one they didn't win. Chartrand acquired by the Los Angeles Kings from the Montreal Canadiens. He's getting an opportunity to play here. He is not the best skater in the National Hockey League.
Terrian facing off against Mike Allison. Rangers leading 1-0 early in the hockey game. If you just tuned in, Eddie Hospodar scored at 27 seconds of the first. Puck goes into the Rangers' corner. Laidlaw coming in, double team. Katsopoulos is free and gets it up to the wing. Eddie Johnstone has trouble with it there. Eddie back towards Chris. It rolls along the lip of the boards. Comes down to Fox in the corner. Katsopoulos has him. The Kings have the puck. In front. Knocked aside. In the corner. Kings still have it. They're forechecking well. This is Fox again with Terrian in front. It's wide. Good forechecking by the Kings. The Rangers in difficulty here. They will settle for a face-off if they can get it. And there is one. The Kings thought there should have been a delay of game penalty.
Jim, the Rangers got away fortunate with that one.
It hasn't settled down yet. This one hasn't broken up yet. Watch it. Teams are on a change, so there are an awful lot of players out there. That's always a dangerous time. Okay, 17:29 to go. First period, 1-0 Rangers. This is New York Rangers hockey.
Buying a home videotape recorder today can be very confusing.
Backwards, forwards, fast, slow motion. Just tell me what you want.
Freeze frame.
Just tell me what you want.
Ain't your 14-day programming here.
If I something fast, ba-ba-bing.
But when the smoke clears, we think you'll find one that does just about what everybody else's does, and does things nobody else's does. It's the Betamax. And naturally, it's from Sony, the one and only.
Andre Sandrolat facing off for Los Angeles in the Rangers' end. Rangers have had a bit of a problem getting the puck out of their own end since they scored against Los Angeles in the early seconds of the game. Sandrolat in the corner, in front. Shot. Stopped in front. Sliding stop by Eddie Hospodar. High check is going to be a penalty against the Kings on a face-high stick check. Kings have the puck.
The Kings, as last night, are carrying their sticks high.
17:16 to go. First period, 1-0 Rangers, and this is New York Rangers hockey.
Manufacturers Hanover knows each one of you saves your own special way. The ones who practice saving long term.
This'll be ready when you are, Doc.
Or who save while they practice. That's why we have so many different savings plans. One'll fit you to a T. The ones who save today for tomorrow. Or who saved yesterday for today. However you see fit to save, Manufacturers Hanover will fit you to an MHT.
There's Rick Chartrand in the penalty box for high stick, and it's the first penalty of this hockey game.
Rangers win the draw. Greshner at right point. Behind Hedberg coming up on the left side. Good bounce for L.A. and length of the ice. 17:05 to go, first period. Rangers on a power play. Beck across off the sideboards. Sent in deep by Hedberg. Lassard out of his net. Rangers have it on the right side. Nilsson. Nilsson to Hedberg. Lost it. That's Murphy, number 5. Gets a clearing pass to Luce. Don Luce on the ice as a penalty killer. Of course. Nilsson ahead. He's got Hedberg. Wallin coming in on the left side. Hedberg. In front. Goes through. Taken away from him. And the left of the ice.
A new power play combination for the Rangers. Wallin is playing on the left side instead of Greshner, but Greshner is on the right point with Beck.
1 minute and 10 seconds to go in the power play for the Rangers. The Rangers lead 1-0 early in the game. Beck to Greshner. Greshner having a little trouble controlling the puck tonight.
It's only temporary.
Beck. Shot. Never saw that puck, but it was high.
I think it went off the Los Angeles Kings stick.
Rangers in their own air. Let's see, 40 seconds to go in the power play. Allison. He's got Eddie Johnstone. Shot is high off the glass and goes into the crowd.
And the face-off will be in Los Angeles Kings zone, just in the top of the circle. 15:49 left in this first period. 33 seconds left on the penalty to Shatro.
If you're just tuned in, Eddie Hospodar scored an unassisted goal from the point after the Rangers consistently won the first few face-offs at 27 seconds of the first period. That is not an overwhelming record, incidentally. Generally, that is much more consistent. When you score the first goal, you win much more percentage of the time than that shows. Shot is wide. Dave Maloney. Don Maloney. Allison. Mike tried to draw one and didn't get it. Penalty will be over in 17 seconds. Sees Dave Maloney just shy off that check. He's got by his man and threw him down. Allison. Maloney doing the job. Untouched by human hand of Adney. And just wide.
And the penalty is over.
And Maloney gets back. Good bit of work by Dave Maloney. Both ends of the ring.
He's been hustling.
Don Maloney just did get that puck.
Great save by Mario Lazard. We're going to show you that save once again. There's Don Maloney. And from about the middle of the circle and the puck rolling, he takes the shot on the left-hand save. That was going for the far corner. It was there.
That puck was behind him when he got it with his left hand. 14:57 to go. First period, 1-0 New York.
Once again, the Rangers are going with 11 forwards and 6 defensemen. This line is Duguay, Talafis, and Hedberg doing double duty.
They're looking for Laidlaw directly behind Ron Duguay on the draw. Duguay with that wide spread stance. Nobody stands any wider than he does on faceoffs.
Nobody holds the stick down as low as he does either.
This is Laidlaw. Shot, save, and the Kings had the puck. Billy Harris, who got the only goal last night for the Kings. Nice move by Billy. Laidlaw's got the puck. Duguay lost in center zone, and the Kings sent it right back in again. Chris Katsopoulos. Stopped by the Kings. Shot blocked by Duguay. He didn't know he had it. Laidlaw lost his edge. Hedberg trying to protect Laidlaw, who's down on the ice. Those skates are very close to his face.
Jim, it looks to me like the Kings' game plan is to work on the rookie defensemen of the Rangers. I've noticed when Laidlaw and Katsopoulos are out there, the Kings are throwing the puck in the zone.
14:26 to go. We'll see how it works. Period number 1. Duguay and Dion. Duguay wins the draw again. Shot, save. Rangers won the draw and lost the puck, and Baker just did get that one. Good stop, and again, a face-off.
This time it'll be outside of the Ranger zone with 14:18 to go in the first period.
Cautious Stanley Cup type play. When in doubt, they're freezing.
Shots on goal, 3 apiece. And there's Steve Baker. He had trouble with the last one of those 3.
At the red line, Billy Harris. This is Harris. Save! Rangers have the puck. Nethery drops it back. Harris again. Behind the net, Dion. Lost it. He wheeled and lost his head. Shot just wide. Harris almost got one. So far, Los Angeles is all Billy Harris. Nethery. Nethery's in with Wallin. Angle. Wallin in front. Couldn't get it. Wallin couldn't stop it. Rangers 2 unselfish. There's a penalty coming up. It's going to be against the Rangers. 14 minutes and 32 seconds to go.
And this penalty is against the Rangers, but
Score, Rangers 1, Kings nothing, and this is New York Rangers hockey.
Tickets ready, tickets ready.
Great. Those tickets are orange.
Yeah?
Your Uncle Frank gave you orange tickets?
Yeah.
Orange is ringside! Yeah!
Ringside.
Ringside.
Sitting pretty, all together in Shaper City. Sitting pretty,
Peanut Rosie?
together in Shaper City.
We are in Shaper City.
there's Peter Wallin in the penalty. There's Peter Wallin in the penalty box for holding. It's the first penalty against the Rangers.
Los Angeles power play. Rangers on their defense against the power play. The penalty killers, Don Maloney and Eddie Johnstone, Carol Vadnais, and Dave Maloney.
The Kings got no goals in 3 power play attempts last night.
Number 14, Greg Terrion, along with Fox, number 19, and Steve Jensen, the speed demon, on left wing, number 22. The point men, Hardy here, number 20, and Jerry Korab, number 4. Is that Larry Murphy? Murphy, 5. Just across the Ranger line, offside. Time in the power play, 1 minute and 44 seconds.
Jim, you mentioned about Billy Harris. He's the guy on the Kings that has been flying. They had him playing center last night. He does not like to play center ice. They got him back on left wing tonight. That's a pretty good record, too.
Eddie Johnstone there, framing the record for you.
He kills them off with Don Maloney. Talifas kills them off with Duguay.
Face-off, center zone. Kings have the puck. Hardy. Good pass. Kings have it to the point. This is Larry Murphy. Good shot from the point. Dave Maloney takes his man and takes the puck. Not clear. Shot. Save. He's got the rebound somehow wide. Steve Baker with a tremendous stop. And the Rangers clear.
That Baker's been something else.
Boy, he looked like John Davidson a couple of years ago on that play. Time in the power play. 1 minute and 9 seconds. Kings into center zone. Hardy here. Hardy shot. Baker got a little chunk, I think. Pass. Bad pass by the Kings. Pass Murphy, who has to come back for it.
50 seconds left on the penalty to Wallin.
Fans thought there should be a penalty call. There will not be. He's a little upset. Let's take another look at that one, Bill.
All right, let's see how it happened. Harry's got the puck. It's a stick. And it's the rookie, Larry Murphy, that goes down. There is no penalty call. He's been the guy this year in the regular season that have hurt the Rangers the most.
12 minutes and 22 seconds to go in the first period. Rangers leading by a score of 1-0. 50 seconds in the penalty time against the Rangers. And Laidlaw sends it in. This is Greg Fox. Duguay is squaring off with Terrion. Terrion and Duguay face to face with their sticks up. Barry Beck is there. Beck is going to go with Chartrand. Would that ever be a match? Oh, what a match. Oh, what a shot. What a shot by Beck. And it was a left hand, not a right. Rick Chartrand, one of the league tough guys. And Beck with a left jab puts him on his fanny.
They say when Beck was a kid,
he's opened him up with that one hand. Whoa, my Lord.
He's a tough cookie, that shot throw, too. Wait till you see this.
That's the kind of a game we have here early. 12 minutes and 9 seconds to go.
Jim, we mentioned when this game started that the fuses were a little short. I didn't anticipate they were that short. There is 37 seconds left on the penalty to Wallin.
12 minutes and 9 seconds to go. First period, 1-0 Rangers, and this is New York Ranger hockey.
Have a Datsun. It's good for you. Have a Datsun. It's good for you.
When the only gas around is the gas in your tank, you'll be glad you're in a Datsun 210. You see, Datsun is driven to take you a long way.
I don't know about you, Datsun, but I'm getting hungry.
It's good for you.
It's good for you.
It's good for you.
Greg Terrion, 2 minutes, roughing. Time for the penalties.
There's going to be a 5-minute power play for the Los Angeles Kings.
Larry Beck gets 5. Shotro did not get anything. Actually, because he didn't do anything outside of catch it.
Very fact, 5 minutes.
But Duguay gets a penalty.
Los Angeles penalties.
Terrion gets a penalty.
Greg Terrion, 2 minutes for roughing.
So the Rangers now,
7:55.
Jim, they'll be 2 men short.
Now, Terrion's gone with Duguay. They're both gone for roughing, Bill. With Wallin still in there from 6:28, it won't be too long for them. He's got 37 seconds to go.
But it was a penalty to both of them, Jim, and neither team will suffer being shorthanded because of the penalties to
That's right.
Duguay and Terrion.
That's a wipeout. But Wallin is still in there for holding at 6:28. He's got 37 seconds to do, and Barry Beck gets 5. And, of course, you don't get a player back, even if the other team scores.
That's right. There's Greg Terrion. He's a rookie, and a good one. And there's the Ranger bench. So the left jab by Beck will cost.
Reaching around the referee to get it in.
Referee couldn't have seen the punch. He just saw the result.
Big discussion over on the far side in front of the official timekeeper's bench as to how this will be handled.
Dave Maloney has taken the job as assistant captain. Beck can't talk for himself. He is gone.
But what an opportunity this is right now for the Los Angeles Kings. They've got 5 minutes of power play coming to them now. See how the Rangers will handle. They'll be 2 men down.
That's the referee, Brian Lewis. That's John D'Amico, the linesman, alongside him.
The Duguay and Terrion penalties had to be coincidental minors. Happened on the same play. And there's really no way we can anticipate or find out exactly what the discussion is on the far side. It seems to be cut and dry.
Oh, with the Rangers with a 1-goal lead, they'll have to tighten up their defenses now. 37 seconds left on the penalty to Peter Wallin. No power plays. Goals have been scored in this series so far. And it looks like Brian Lewis, the referee, is going to get things started now. Allison comes off the bench to go out to give a message to Maloney.
Rangers have 4 men out on the ice right now. A couple more than they're entitled to, I believe. 1 more than they're entitled to, I should say. 3 skaters will be out. Dave Maloney goes to the bench. Rangers will have Eddie Johnstone and Mike Allison. Now Nielsen goes back to the bench, too. Rangers are not set at all. We'll have to wait until after the game to find out what the problem is, although maybe John Davidson could help us a bit. We'll talk to Johnny between periods.
You saw it up on the scoreboard. Barry Beck's 5-minute penalty is delayed. It's a delayed penalty.
Will be for 37 seconds. So apparently those were not coincidental.
Jim, I thought they were coincidental penalties.
Apparently not. That's what the discussion's about. Vito Wallen will be in there for 33 seconds. Vadnais clears the length of the ice. That'll waste a lot of clock.
25 seconds left on the penalty to Wallin.
Right now it's 4 against 3, Kings. They got a man in front. Back to the point, Larry Murphy. He's got Hardy. He's got a dead-on pass to Murphy, open net.
Steve Beckett. Steve Beckett trying to anticipate the play. There's Larry Murphy, the rookie, and what a job he's done this season. Watch Steve Baker come way out of the net. He tries to anticipate the play, cut down the angle, but the play is thrown back to Murphy, and it's a tie hockey game, and it came with 6 seconds on the penalty to Wallin.
One of the few mistakes that Steve Baker has made in a long, long time.
Los Angeles goal, a power play goal to number 5, Larry Murphy.
Now the Los Angeles Kings will have a power play for 5 minutes.
Number 18, Dave Taylor. Time of the goal, 8:22.
8:22, the time of the power play goal. Murphy from Hardy and Taylor.
Number 5, Larry Murphy. Assist to number 20.
Face off in center zone. The Rangers will be shorthanded for 5 minutes now.
Time of the goal, 8:20.
Rangers are still down a man. They're skating 4 against 3.
Puck goes across toward Dave Maloney. That's Taylor knocking it away. That's Marcel Dion. Back to the point, Larry Murphy. Murphy. Screen shot. Wide. Rebound Rangers. Hardy will get to it, though. Solid check on the sideboards. King still has the puck. Back to Hardy on the point. Shot. This has the makings of one nasty hockey game. I'm sorry that you can't see some of the action here in Los Angeles. They buried the camera positions in the crowd, and when they stand up, you stand up at home. I'm sorry. Can't do anything about it.
The puck was shot from the left point. As the pass going back to the left point. And the shot taken by the left point by number 22. And it went by Baker. It is now a 2-1 hockey game on the second power play goal of this period.
There's the
Taylor saw the stick come down on Vadnais.
And Taylor is gone. So is Vadnais, I believe. Vadnais is gone. Taylor is gone.
So for the first time in this series, the Kings take the lead. Duguay comes out of the penalty box as a result of the score while the Rangers were shorthanded.
Los Angeles goal, a power play goal.
11 minutes and 12 seconds to go. First period, 2-1 Kings. This is New York Rangers hockey.
Number 16, Marcel Dion.
I remember the night it started and how it all began. We toasted life in our special way. Here's to Cribari, a friend along the way. A taste of love, a taste of dreams come true.
Cribari, a great companion for 75 years.
Here's to life, Cribari wine and you.
Time of the penalty, 8:48.
That goal is by Hardy. It's his first goal in the playoffs with Dion and Taylor getting the assists. It came at 8:48. It's a power play goal.
Taylor, 2 minutes each.
Now rubbing against Vadnais and Taylor at 8:48. The time of the Hardy goal is 8:48. It is a power play goal, of course. Marcel Dion and Dave Taylor on the assist.
There is 4 minutes and 34 seconds left in the penalty to Beck. A minute and 3 seconds left in the penalty to Tarion. Taylor now goes in and joins Tarion in the penalty box. And Vadnais is in there. So the teams will be skating 3 aside.
They Hey, Bill, what was that about no power play goals in this whole series?
Did I say that, Jim?
Final score.
One on the course in the first period. In the first game, I mean. Holy mackerel. 9-6, Minnesota a final.
Minnesota leads the series 2-0.
So Minnesota wins 2 games in Boston. They hadn't won there in 30-some-odd games.
Face off in center zone. It is 3 aside now.
Jim, Edmonton has just beaten Montreal for the second straight. 3-1.
Jay Wells coming out, number 24. Billy Harris, very dangerous against the Rangers. Plays well. But the Rangers had the puck. 3-on-3. It is 2-1, Kings. Barry Beck has 4 minutes and 10 seconds to do with his penalty yet. That's Harrison Hedberg. Hedberg gets it loose. Laidlaw. Good pass. He's got Greshner. In front, Laidlaw. Save. Open net, but the Rangers can't get the puck.
What a play by Laidlaw.
Harris. Drop pass. Wells. Good pass. Forehand. Wide. Rebound back to the blue line. Kept in by the Kings, but Greshner will take over. Ron Greshner. Greshner in deep. Greshner's in deep. Save. Going to be a shot. Wide by Gillis. It's not Gillis. It's Dave Maloney. Dave Maloney across. Duguay on his backhand. 10 minutes to go. First period. 2-1 Kings. Larry Murphy. Jay Wells, 24. Dave Maloney goes after him. Penalty against the Rangers. They got Katsopoulos for tripping. Open net. But it's going to fall short. I thought that was off the Kings, Bill. That's why I got excited.
That's right. It's the only way you can score.
Penalty hasn't been called yet. Hasn't been called yet. Hasn't been called yet. Only 3 Rangers out there. Penalty hasn't been called yet. Shot, Murphy. Wide. Rangers get to it.
Jim, because of the Kings holding on to the puck, they would have had a 2-man advantage, but because they held on the puck, Vadnais' penalty expired, and he came out of the penalty box. There's only 2:31 now left on Beck's penalty.
That's the important part. The Barry Beck penalty was chipped out. Rangers got a break as the Kings stalled.
They are penalty.
But it'll be a 5-on-3 situation right now, with Kostopoulos taking the penalty for hooking.
10:51. Repeating, New York penalty to number 24.
Occasionally, we're going to have to take long shots for you here in the forum. I'm sorry, from the end zone. It's a long way for you to look, but if we take the normal shot you get from most arenas, you're going to see the back of a lot of heads. Maybe get a dandruff commercial in here somehow.
We have the same problem in this broadcast booth. We have to stand up to catch some of the play.
I thought you meant dandruff. 9:09 to go, first period. Barry Beck will be in the penalty box for 2 minutes and 31 seconds more.
The Rangers are used to playing 2 men short. They've done it, I think, 37 times this year.
Larry Murphy on the point. Murphy looks for a hole. In front. Good stop by Baker. Vadnais holds his man. Duguay has the puck. Did not clear. Murphy anticipated. He was there. He's got a wing. Knocked away by Vadnais. Vadnais comes together with Jensen. Duguay comes together in the corner. And we'll get a frozen puck there. It's in the Rangers' hand.
And that was a fast whistle by Brian Lewis. He's going to blow them fast now. There's Shatro coming back onto the ice. He had medical attention to his right eye. I don't think we've seen the last of Shatro and Beck. There's a final from Montreal. Edmonton taking a 2-game series lead on the Montreal Canadiens. And who'd have thought of that?
Jerry Korab with the puck. Murphy just a little bit off balance. Couldn't get a shot away. Now he wheels. Shot. Off the glass. Carrion in front. Kicked away by the Rangers. Either Laidlaw or Baker. Murphy behind the goal line. This is Fox.
In front. Saved by Baker. What anticipation by Baker.
Katsopoulos still in for a minute, 8 seconds. Beck for 138. Korav shot. Stopped in front by Vadnais. Off the net. And a face-off in the Rangers' end.
And Vadnais put it up on the net, the back to get that face-off. A big face-off. 59 seconds left in the penalty to Katsopoulos. A minute and 30 to Beck. When you see this save by Baker, he anticipates the play as it goes across over to the right-hand side, and look at the left leg come out to make the save. That save was on Jensen. Face off in the Rangers zone to the right of Steve Baker.
Marcel Dion against Ron Duguay. Free puck. Fox to the point. Short draw. Hardy. Short draw. Shot. Save. Dion. Short draw. Shot. High. Miss on the rebound. Kings are rushing their shots. They've got a good setup here. Got a man in front. To the point to Hardy. Hospodar running the man in front. Dion sneaking in. They can't get to him. Duguay knocks it away. Hardy's got a shot. In front. He missed the net. Billy Harris missed the open side. This is Hardy. Shot draw. Save. And a rebound save. Not cleared. Shot wide. Rangers should clear it here. Hospodar showing a lot of cool.
1 second left on Kostopoulos' penalty.
In 30 seconds, Beck will be out. Here come the Kings. They're in good form. Fox drops it back. Jerry Korav. Terrion. Terrion. Wide. Beck's got 10 seconds to do as the Rangers get it into center zone.
And this looks like the Rangers have killed off this 5-on-3 situation. Beck is on his way out of the penalty box. 3, 2, 1 second.
And the mess of penalties have only cost the Rangers 1 goal. They're lucky. And they also played pretty good. Center zone. Don Maloney. Screen. Shot. Save. Allison flat on his belly. Tries to center it. Here come the Kings again. Carry on. High stick, not called. Rangers got a break on that one. Rangers had the puck. Allison didn't see the puck. Shot. Save Baker. Rangers fighting to get possession in their own end.
And once again, Brian Lewis blows a fast whistle in the corner. The Rangers wanted that face-off. 5:48 left in this first period. Shot thrower's back now, and Beck is back. The Rangers doing quite a job getting stung for 2 goals. But for about 2 minutes, a 5-on-3 skating situation, and then dug their way out of that hole.
Murphy scored at 8:22 on a power play. Hardy at 8:48.
Face off in the Ranger zone.
Kings 2, Rangers 1. 5:48 to go. Period number 1. Rangers had a 1-goal lead 27 seconds into the game. A point shot by Eddie Hospodar. Face off left side of Baker. It goes through the crease, so just in front of it. Edberg takes a solid hit on the board. Hospodar gives one. Beck clobbers somebody behind the net. High stick by Hospodar. They're both going to go. Hospodar and Murphy. Or Saint Laurent, rather. Andre Saint Laurent and Hospodar are both going to go. I wish they'd start to bring their sticks down. It's nasty, it is dirty, and it's going to get somebody hurt. Don't mind the bumping and the bruising and the pushing and the shoving and the occasional punch, but the high sticks, problems.
There's Saint Laurent going into the penalty box, and there's Saint Laurent and Hospodar. And look at where the sticks wind up.
New York penalty to number 23, and Hospodar. Los Angeles penalty to number 15, Andre Saint Laurent. 2 minutes each for high sticking.
Face off just inside of the Ranger zone. Don Laurent, formerly of the Islanders.
Repeating, New York penalty to number 23, and Hospodar.
And the Detroit Red Wings.
Los Angeles penalty to number 15.
Time of the penalty, 14:27.
2 minutes each.
Pass goes across the right side. Bonar going after it. Dan Bonar sends it in deep. Number 23 going in is Don Luce, penalty killer. Beck has the puck. Luce on Beck. Nielsen, centering pass right in front. Gresham to Hedberg. Anders Deeks, he can't get through Murphy's check.
Good defensive play by the rookie Murphy.
Dave Lewis with the puck. And again, we got some problems. This is Bonar going with the penalty box. And I think Nielsen's going too. I didn't see it, I'm sorry.
Brian Lewis really tightening up in this hockey game, and if I was refereeing, I'd be doing the same thing. Watch the right-hand side of the screen. We may be able to catch it for you. That's Hedberg going in. Murphy making a good defensive play, but on the left-hand side of your screen, you see
number 11, Ulf Nielsen.
That's Nielsen.
2 minutes for hooking. Los Angeles penalty to number 8, Dan Bonner.
So Stan Bonner and Nielsen. Hooking for Nielsen, high sticking for Bonner.
There's a high one.
Repeating, New York penalty to number 11, Ulf Nielsen. 2 minutes for hooking. Los Angeles.
We might even have some hockey here one of these minutes.
2 minutes for high sticking.
5:03 to go. Time of the penalty, 14:50. Nielsen and Bonar. Bonar high sticking, Nielsen hooking. Penalty.
Bad penalty for Hedberg to take on that one. It was a 3-on-3 skating situation.
New York penalty to number 15.
And there's Anders Hedberg going to the penalty box.
For holding.
And it's for holding.
15.
Watch it.
Repeating.
That's Hedberg.
Penalty to number 15.
No doubt about the hold on Korab.
2 minutes for holding. Time of the penalty, 15:05.
So it'll still be a 3-on-3 skating situation. Eventually, Hedberg's penalty is a delayed penalty.
Let's see who we'll have out there. It'll be Ron Duguay for the Rangers.
There's a rarity, Jim. Nielsen and Hedberg in the penalty box at the same time.
As Tommy Laidlaw, who will be working, along with Chris Katsopoulos on the right side. Jay Wells, 24, is out for the Kings, along with Rick Chartrand and Don Luce. The score is Kings 2, Rangers 1. First period, Rangers had a 1-goal lead, and then a series of penalties left them short, and Murphy and Hardy scored power play goals. Barry Beck did 5 minutes. Actually, the power play goals were chalked up during the time that Wallen and Duguay technically were in the penalty box. Although Beck was there for the entire series. Jay Wells with the puck. Wells sets a screen, can't get the shot away. Nice poke check by Katsopoulos. Wells did keep it in play, though, at the blue line. Katsopoulos has the puck. Pass across deflected. Laidlaw's got it with Duguay. Duguay goes for it with Chartrand. Chartrand's there first.
Dugay's been out there a lot in this first period.
Shot, save. What a shot by Chartrand. From the red line and the length of the ice. Chartrand get back before it's icy. Chartrand had to go out to get stitched from a one-punch fight against Beck. And as Bill said, undoubtedly there will be more of that. There's an elbow, pretty good by Luce. That was against Katsopoulos. There are no Angels out there tonight on either team. Katsopoulos, Laidlaw. Pass behind Duguay. Tom has to come across for his own pass. Now he's got Dukes. In 12 seconds, the penalty with Hospodar and San Laurent will be over. Duguay almost got a break. 2-on-2, the Kings come in. Chartrand, quick shot, outside the net, outside the net. The net moved, but it was outside, just did miss. Baker was plainly beaten. Center zone. Hospodar and San Laurent around.
Beck's penalty starts. Hedberg's penalty starts now.
Meantime, Dean Talbot is doing a pretty good forechecking job. Nielsen is out. Bonner is out. Good clearing pass. Almost had Brother Don in mid-ice. Murphy hit by Talabas. Billy Harris coming in. 2-on-1 with Vadnais. Back. Stopped by Vadnais. Back to the point. Murphy to Hardy. To Murphy. DeYoung. In front, 2 men. In the crease and in. No goal. No goal. Being waved off. Being waved off.
I don't know why it was waved off yet. But there was no doubt in Brian Lewis's mind. He waved it off as soon as the puck went across the line into the net. It's a power play situation for the Kings. That's DeYoung throwing it into the corner, expecting the pass back. Billy Harris. And it looks like Taylor's in the crease, and that's why it was called back.
Not being held in there, he was in.
Taylor with his right leg in the crease, and it's no goal.
Face-off will be on the right side of Steve Baker. We've got 2:31 to go in this period.
Brian Lewis is over to the public address man.
The play was called dead.
Brian Lewis claims that he blew the whistle before the puck went into the net.
Takes a lot of guts to make that call against yourself, Bill. Hardy. DeYoung goes in deep. Rangers playing in the corner. Can't control it. Billy Harris gets it out. Looks for the return. Back to the point instead. This is Hardy. Hardy draws Duguay with him. Shot. Wide. 30 seconds in the penalty time. Duguay and Hardy. Duguay. Double team. 20 seconds in the power play. Taylor against Beck. Beck runs it. Taylor gets it back. 10 seconds. Duguay on Murphy. Billy Harris in the corner. Laidlaw on Harris. Free puck. Beck kicks it ahead. Penalty is over. Breaking down the left side is Hedberg. He's offside.
Well, the Rangers weather another power play with 1:28 left in this first period. Between the first and second period, we have a man that played with the Rangers for a long, long time.
James Nielsen.
Used to have the nickname of the Chief.
Jimmy's just doing beautifully out here in the West Coast.
Jimmy would have loved this type of a hockey game.
Face off, Rangers end. Wallin lost it. Solid check by Wallin against Saint-Laurent. They're still working each other over. Meantime, Kelly puts his man down with a high stick. Vadnais goes after Kelly. Save. They're going to go in front. Look out. Vadnais's got Kelly draped around the back of his neck.
Vadnais's been in a few altercations in these 2 games here at Los Angeles.
Carol Vadnais, a gentleman, urbane, sophisticated off the ice. Different man when he gets out there.
Jim, look at Baker. He felt the wisest place to be was out of the net.
He's coming in your picture here.
To the left. There he's coming back.
No penalty calls. Nothing happened. Out of the ordinary, at least. 1:07 to go in a messy first period. The Kings lead 2-1. Wallin and Kelly again. Sticks are up. Jay Wells had his up high. Wallin bumped into Kelly, and Kelly came up with that stick very, very quickly. Just getting real dirty. Watch this. There's a butt end. And a butt end in return. There's Wells right here lifting his stick. 24.
That's Lance Nethery.
No penalty calls. I guess compared to what's gone on before, Bill, it's not important.
1 minute and 4 seconds left in this period. With the Kings out in front 2-1 on 2 power play goals.
What a difference in 2 hockey games. The game last night played hard and clean. This one tonight played dirty. It is 2-1 Kings. Face off again in the Ranger net. Ranger end. Rangers have 6 shots on goal. The Kings 19.
So far, Jim, Chartreux and Beck have not been on the ice at the same time. Chartreux's out there now. Beck is not.
Face off to the right side of Baker. Wide on the shot. Gary Gillis goes into the corner. Double teamed immediately. Vadnais goes in against Saint Laurent. Solid check behind by Dave Maloney. Scramble for the puck. Vadnais comes in. Look out. High stick work again. This time they stop. It's impossible to blow the whistle fast enough, Bill. You're going to have to blow it every time they take a swipe at the puck.
He's trying to control this game,
Yes,
Jim.
he is.
Certainly it is not the fault of the referee, Brian Lewis. He's done an outstanding job in this first period. L.A. makes a change. The big line comes out. Taylor, Dion, and Billy Harris on the left-hand side, taking the place of the injured Skinner.
The Rangers have actually done very well, all things considered. They could have been out of this hockey game now. They're down by a goal. The penalties have hurt them. 2 power play goals. Here's a shot by Murphy. Wide. 49 seconds in the period. Hedberg. Kings intercept. Hedberg takes it back. 2-on-3. Greshner. Pass across. He was anticipating a left wing. Nilsson came in on the right. Beck. Nilsson chasing the puck into the corner. Nilsson and Hedberg. Shot. Save at the last second. 19 seconds on the clock.
That was Hospodar's shot again.
Barry Beck. That hit the linesman. Beck and Taylor going at it a bit. Puck's in the Rangers' end. 5 seconds to go. This is a dirty old hockey game. Have to be careful here with all the teams out on the ice. This could be really nasty. There's the shot. There's Korab. Korab starts. Look out.
This is where you light a level have Beck and Chartreux if they get together in this situation.
Not too many people have dropped their sticks either. Duguay's in the middle. That's Dion and Laidlaw. Beck and Wells.
Jim, the rules say now, if the referee goes by the rule book now, there'd be nobody to play the hockey game.
That's right. What a mess. Laidlaw's back on his feet. That's Murphy with Laidlaw. I'll tell you, man, this is nothing but a solid disgrace right now. Disgrace.
This is going to be a tough situation for Brian Lewis to handle.
13 minutes and let's see the game. The period, apparently, yes, the period ended, and they all came out on the ice as the period ended with the Kings on top by a single goal. Look out. There goes Hospodar. Hospodar and Dion. Hospodar and Dion. That's Greshner. There's Hospodar on the bottom. Marcel Dion on top. Greshner is going with number 12, Dean Hopkins. Katsopoulos is really wailing the tar out of somebody on the sideboards.
Jim, I haven't seen anything this bad in a long, long while.
It gets much worse. They're going to send the police out there.
John D'Amico is trying to do it all himself.
They're trying to double team Katsopoulos. Somebody's trying to go 2 men on 1 against Katsopoulos. Baker's getting into it.
That's Weeks, Jim.
That's Weeks. That's Weeks off the bench against Jim Rutherford, I guess. Lessard has dropped his stick and his gloves and taken off his helmet. Where's Stevie Baker? Do you see him out there? They're all in it, both goaltenders. My God, is this serious? Eddie Johnstone always seems to end up with the tough guy. He's got Rick Chartrand.
Katsopoulos is holding his hand. I think he hurt his right hand in the melee.
Don Maloney is going at somebody really hard. Linesman's in the middle. Maloney being double teamed. Nobody can stop it. It's just going to have to wear itself out, and you pray that nobody gets hurt. Jay Wells has got Barry Beck from behind. Hospodar's in to protect Beck, who's back on his feet. There's Katsopoulos again. Dave Lewis. Jerry Korab's going with somebody. Double teaming Bonner and Korab on one Ranger. That was Don Maloney coming in to make it 2-on-2.
Brian Lewis is going to be able to do.
Hospodar punched the goaltender. Hospodar's got everybody after him now. Goaltender's got no jersey on at all. I can't tell whether it's Lessard or Rutherford. Hospodar was swinging anybody who moved in front of him. Look at this.
Look at this.
That's Nick Batiou. That's Nicky Batiou's got somebody. Somebody reached over the bench before and clobbered Hospodar.
New York sucks ass!
The bench reached out and got Hospodar before. Nicky went down to protect them down at the bench. And I think they're finally splitting up. If this keeps up, we'll be on time with the space launch.
Jim, I've been in this league for a long, long time, and I have never seen anything worse than this.
Thank you, Billy. I'd like you to go back to your experience to try to describe it. I sure can. They finally gotten tired.
This kind of a thing can set the game back 10 years.
That was Lessard that Hospodar took a couple of shots at. He's putting his jersey back on. It's going to be dangerous when the Rangers go out on the far side. They better get some protection over there. going off. You saw him a second ago with his jersey off. There he is.
Jim, it all started in the very, very beginning when the whistle went or the gong went for the end of the period. Dave Taylor, instead of skating back, skated up into the Rangers zone.
Yep, that's not the way they go off the ice.
This is what started this whole mess.
That is not the way the Kings go off the ice, as you can see.
The Kings go off at the other end of the ice, but Taylor kept skating, brushed by, I think it might have been Hospodar at that time, and this is what started. And then the Kings came up to that end of the ice.
It's going to take the wisdom of a Solomon out there to find out how this one's going to end. We have no way.
I would not like to be in the shoes of Brian Lewis.
All right, let's see if we can sort of get ourselves back together here, get the pens and pencils out so we can list all the penalties. At the end of the first period, the score is Kings 2 and Rangers 1, and this is New York Rangers hockey.
It's a living legend that's bigger than life and even more exciting. See Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus, where the thrills keep right on coming. The world's greatest animal trainer commands the largest array of ferocious animals ever assembled in 3 rings of dazzling spectacle, extravaganza, and fun. Don't you miss America's favorite entertainment value, the totally new 111th edition of the greatest show on earth.
Now through May 31st in Madison Square Garden. Tickets at box office, Ticketron, or charge it. For information, call 212-564-4400.
Like helping cancel your credit cards if they're lost with your traveler's checks.
It was something Will had done thousands of times on the range, but in New York City it was headline.
Cars that are actually good for you.
What he called America's leading racket, politics.
Jimmy Nielsen and Jim, as a former Ranger playing in the National Hockey League for some 16 years, have you ever seen anything worse than this?
Well, the natives are very restless, and I just remarked to you before, they're pretty bad in every rink nowadays, and it's unfortunate.
Brian Lewis, the referee, does not have an enviable position right now. I don't know how he's going to get out of this one. If he goes entirely by the rule book, Jimmy, there'll be nobody playing.
It looks that way. It's just an unfortunate thing. Like I say, I feel sorry for him. He tried to do his best the right way, the legal way, but everybody's taking it into their own hands, and it's going to be turned into something awful brutal tonight.
Jim, let's talk a bit about you and your career with the New York Rangers. 12 years with the Rangers. Played more games than only 5 Rangers in the history have played more games than the Rangers than Jimmy Nielsen.
Well, Bill, I guess I was just lucky to be in the right place at the right time. The team was down when I first started, but we got it going together, got a hell of a bunch of good players, and we were able to play well together, and I enjoyed my career immensely there, but thanks to the talent of a lot of other players, I was able to ride a little bit.
The Rangers came awfully close. Sometimes people thought they were the best team in the National Hockey League, but when it came down to the big one, they never got it.
Well, Bill, I've reflected back after my career was over, and, my treatment in New York from the fans, the press, and everybody, it's still my favorite city, and that's the only thing I'm sorry about is that we never brought the big thing when it counted to New York. I still feel a little bad, even myself. I know I could have done a little more.
What's Jim Nielsen doing now? I know the fans can't see half of this interview. We're being surrounded by fans. What is Jim Nielsen doing now?
Well, I scouted last year for the Edmonton Oilers just for something to do. I found out there's only one place to be in hockey, and that's playing or refereeing. And then again, now that I retired, I'm in the golf course business down here. I and 4 other partners own a course called the Villa Verde Country Club, about 20 miles directly east of downtown Los Angeles. I'm one of the managers, operators, everything you can do, and we're loving it.
Jim Nielsen, a lot of hockey players gravitate to golf, don't they?
Well, we do, and I guess I'm one of the real awkward ones at all. I'm a self-taught left-hander, and I don't know what I'm doing in it, but every once in a while I hit a good ball, but it's the hand and eye coordination that's used a lot in hockey that's familiar with golf, and it's a good relaxing way to control your temper in the summertime.
It all started when you were back in New York, too. The man you're in business with was from New York, off from New Jersey, wasn't he?
He's from New Jersey. His name is Mike Burke, and we were dreaming about this some time ago, but we only realized it over the last year, and we're happy we made the decision, and I'm liking it very much.
Jim Nielsen, I want to thank you very, very much. I'd like to come out and play your golf course. Good luck to you.
We'd love to have you, and it's always nice to chat with the New York people.
Thanks again, Jim Nielsen. And now back to Jim Gordon.
And we are live at Los Angeles. We'll return in a moment. This is New York Rangers hockey.
Experience the art of television at its best on the one television that is itself a work of art. The Emmy Award-winning Sony Trinitron. Sony, the one and only.
There is no country on earth where photography is more a way of life than Japan. And because they've been first with so many innovations, no camera company is more responsible for this than Pentax. First, where it means something to be first.
Gas guzzler is no longer the American car. It's the American driver. Warming up your car too long wastes gasoline. So do Jackrabbit starts.
Could use a tune-up, sir.
Next time.
If everybody saved 1 gallon of gasoline a week per car, we'd reduce oil imports over 10%. That's why Getty Oil wants to see the American gas guzzler become extinct. That way, we'll all get more miles for our money.
And the results of the second race at OTB. Christine Driscoll won. The rhythm section at Jazzland placed, and Jimmy the Welder showed.
At New York City OTB, you can win even if your horse doesn't. You win a place bet if your horse runs first or second, a show bet for first, second, or third. OTB pays off almost $2 million in winning bets a day.
That's the second time I've won with the A-horse.
Play it again, Sam.
OTB people, the winningest people in town.
Back here in Los Angeles, Jim Gordon and Bill Chadwick, and the nastiness has not stopped, as you saw during that interview with Bill and Jimmy Nielsen, which we intentionally cut short. The Los Angeles police who are here and the security people of the stadium, believe me, are doing the best they can, but the situation is almost out of hand. Bill and I are going to sit here with our backs to the wall for a bit and to just talk to each other.
Jim Gregory is in charge of this series. For you and the audience that don't know who Jim Gregory is, he used to be, or formerly was, general manager of the Toronto Maple Leafs. He is now in charge of the National Hockey League scouting systems. Inasmuch as they needed 8 supervisors, they put Jim Gregory in charge of this series. He's got quite a decision to make.
I don't know what decision they can possibly make. If for some reason you have tuned in late, we had a dirty first period of hockey. It ended up with Los Angeles Kings leading the Rangers by a score of 2-1. Tempers were obviously high. Now, to give this as objective a cast as I can, there are no heroes out there. There are no angels on either one of these teams. It's a thoroughgoing disgrace to get to the point we are now. But I think the point that Bill made is well taken. At the end of the first period, all the teams had to do was skate to their dressing rooms. The Los Angeles Kings dressing room is on the right. The Rangers dressing room is on the left as you look at it from the TV position. Dave Taylor did not skate to his right. He skated to his left. He got into Ranger territory, and as they say on Clancy, lowered the boom. Then the fight started. And it went on and on and on. I have no idea how they're going to dole out the penalties, how they're going to decide who's going to finish off this hockey game. There is nothing in the rule book to cover this except the rule that says there is nobody left. They should all go. And that might be too.
Everybody on both teams, with no exceptions, was in it and deserves penalties. Now it's up to Brian Lewis to decide how he is going to handle them. I think the best thing for him to do was get rid of as many as he can Play maybe the second period 3-aside if you have to, but keep this game going and keep it under control because it's going to explode again. The only thing that may stop it from exploding is because the game is relatively close. If this game opens up, God knows what may happen.
We've had at least 4 fights in the stands. It's now beginning to calm down a little bit. Let's take a look at some hockey for a change. Here's a final, and look at that one. Edmonton 3 and Montreal 1. And Minnesota, what an upset there.
The other night in Montreal, Wayne Gretzky got 5 assists out of the 6 goals that Edmonton got. He was credited with an assist on the 6th one, but decided it wasn't him, and he wouldn't accept the assist, which would have created a new record.
So he just ties that 5-assist record, which is not bad, obviously.
But Minnesota laying it on the Boston. They have 2 wins now in Boston after not winning a game in Boston from the time they got in the league. In 1967, the Minnesota North Stars came into the National Hockey League, and they had not beaten Boston in Boston until these playoffs.
There are a lot of empty seats here in Los Angeles. This is not a sellout hockey game. They announced a crowd of about 12,000 last night. It will be under that here tonight. And those who have been here so far, most of them, of course, and again, let's say most of the people have not been involved in any problems tonight.
Jim, there was no indication in last night's hockey game that this one was going to start out like this. In the beginning of the game last night, the Kings came out throwing their body, which was their game plan. That stopped when Hospodar got tangled up with the own. You had no further real incidents in that hockey game. But this one just exploded.
Here, early in the period, Chartrand went out for high sticking at 2:44, then Wallin for holding at 6:28, and Duguay and Therion then went both for roughing. It was getting nasty at 17:51. Someplace around there, Chartrand and Beck came together. Chartrand dropped his gloves in the age-old challenge in hockey. It's like taking off your glasses in a barroom after you've been involved in a political talk. And with Beck and Chartrand separated by the referee, Beck reached around the referee and clobbered him. And down went Chartrand with a cut over his eye. Beck did 5 minutes. It was a delayed 5-minute penalty, and indeed it cost the Rangers because actually 2 power play goals credited to the time that Wallin and Duguay were in the penalty box, but the Rangers were without the service of Barry Beck for 5 minutes. There's no doubt, in my mind at least, that the fight with Chartrand, a one-punch affair, as a matter of fact, with Beck, is what really got everybody's teeth on edge. They began to carry their sticks even higher, but the fact is that from the beginning of this game, the teams came out with their sticks up around each other's ears.
Jim, in most cases, when you have something like this happen in a hockey game, the referee is suspect. I cannot blame any of this on Brian Lewis. Brian Lewis has done an exceptional job while he's been out there in this first period.
For those of you who have just joined us now, Bill and I are sitting in the broadcast booth of Los Angeles. The picture is a little bit weird sometimes. The cameras here are sometimes buried in the crowd, particularly when the crowd gets excited. And this has been an exciting place to be. I was going to say an exciting hockey game, but it's not a hockey game so far. Ordinarily, Bill and I would be talking to you on camera, but despite the very best efforts of the Los Angeles police and the security people here at the Forum, and believe me, they have been working their tails off, it is impossible for us to get over there without having to fight our way back.
It developed that it was a little nasty in the interview with Jimmy Nielsen, as if you were watching, you could see the fans were going in front of the camera.
There's
the fans
the first
were
period.
throwing beer at us. I don't object to that, but I was talking.
And I also noticed that it wasn't Schaefer, Bill, and you should never accept that from anybody. All right, 2 minutes and 55 seconds from now, we should be getting started with the second period. We will see what's to be seen then. In the meantime, this is New York Rangers hockey.
Great, press it. Yeah. Oh, Doctor. Yeah.
Yeah?
Hi there.
Yeah.
Happens all the time. Ever like this?
Here, sitting pretty, all together in Schaefer City. Sitting pretty, all together in Schaefer City.
We are in Schaefer City.
Yeah.
When I first started doing Eastern commercials, I was almost apologetic. That was 1976, and service wasn't as good as it should have been. A lot has changed since then, and people seem to know it. Because for 2 years in a row, more people have chosen to fly Eastern than any other airline in the free world. That tells me our people are doing a fine job. After all, I may get you to try Eastern once, but they're the ones who get you to come back. At Eastern, we have to earn our wings every day.
Manufacturers Hanover knows each of you has your own way of checking. The ones who write checks for little reasons. The ones who write checks for unexpected reasons. That's why Manufacturers Hanover has so many different checking accounts. One'll fit you to a T. The ones for whom check writing is an occasion, or who write checks for any occasion. However you see fit to check, Manufacturers Hanover will fit you to an MHT.
Boxing fans, have we got a date for you? On May 11th here at the Garden, Ken Norton will try to regain the form that once made him the champion. His opponent, Jerry Cooney, the #1 contender for the heavyweight crown. Can Norton be the first to beat Cooney, or will Cooney continue on his path to the title? That's Monday, May 11th, here at Madison Square Garden. Tickets are on sale now at the Garden, at Ticketron, or call 564-4400.
We're back once again in Los Angeles. Jim Gordon and Bill Chadwick with the score of the Kings 2 and the Rangers 1. As a result of the small disturbance you saw while Bill was interviewing Jimmy Nielsen, the officials here at the Forum in Los Angeles have requested that we do not do any more stand-up interviews, which Bill and I heartily concur, because I was afraid the stand-up interview would end up as something besides a stand-up interview. However, it is going to give us a problem with something we wanted to do between the second and third period. We'll be talking about that a little bit later on the broadcast. But the Rangers who participated in that marvelous record on behalf of the Juvenile Diabetes Foundation, you might recall the Hockey Sock Rock, one of the all-time greats, are being given a gold record. They did a marvelous job for juvenile diabetes. They sold over 125,000 records. We had hoped to have Miss Gloria Loring, who plays Liz on the NBC soap operas, to present the record to John Davidson, and perhaps we will be able to work out something. But as of this moment, we're going to stay in the foxhole here.
Don't forget those spring hockey clinics. They're at Sky Rink in Manhattan. The clinics are for kids at all levels. For more information, call 212-745-1150. That's 212-745-1150. Spring hockey clinics at Sky Rink in Manhattan. And there they'll teach you hockey, not what you saw in the first period here.
Barry Beck. And there's a, you know, they get paid for Jerry Cooney and Ken Norton. Monday, May 11th, tickets available at the Garden. We talked to Ken Norton out here last night. This, in some ways, is my favorite fight of a long, long time. None of the phony build-up, none of the I hate you business. A couple of thoroughgoing professionals, Jerry Cooney and Ken Norton, who sort of like each other, are going to try to just have a good fight.
Jim, I got a kick out of Ken Norton saying how important it was to him to fight in Madison Square Garden. He just loves New York.
Nielsen bumped into somebody at center ice. I think it was accidental. I'm not sure. And almost started again. It was Marcel Dion or Andre Saint-Laurent. Oh, no, because I was just about to say everything is cool.
Jim, this is unusual. The teams are out on the ice. Brian Lewis and the two linesmen are not. Evidently, they're still in their dressing room deciding what the penalties will be.
Maybe they'll decide to go home, which wouldn't be a bad decision either. I'll tell you one thing we have got to say about the crowd here in Los Angeles. Most of it has been very, very orderly. As I say, there were half a dozen, perhaps, fistfights around, but nothing compared to other arenas where it would have gotten thoroughly out of hand. They've done a nice job. We're just lucky we're in Los Angeles right now, not a couple of other arenas, who you will not name, Bill. Where it really could have gone like wildfire. So far, the officials, though, as Bill points out, have not made their appearance on the ice. And we'll see what happens when they come out. We still have to be facing the announcement of a whole gang of penalties to find out what's going to happen and who's going to remain to play this hockey game. As Bill points out, they might just leave 10 skaters out there. I don't think there's any doubt that that's what they're considering.
Jim, if he goes by the rule book, everybody has to have at least a misconduct penalty.
Incidentally, while we're on the subject of circuses, I thought I heard a lion roar in the background. It's circus time. That's better than the first robin of spring to tell you what time of the year it is.
In that first period, the Los Angeles Kings had 20 shots on goal as against the Rangers 7, and that's because the uneven distribution of penalties. Baker did a great job in the net for the Rangers. Hospodar got the Ranger goals. The rookie Murphy and Hardy got the LA goal.
It is untrue that Brian Lewis and his two line mates have gone home. They're back on the ice now.
He comes back on the ice.
Incidentally, we're not going to try to dictate to you as he repeats these penalties. When he gets finished instructing them on the far side, we're going to join the PA announcer and let him do all the talking. Wish I had a tape recorder here. I can't write fast enough.
That's Dion and Billy Harris over there. That's Vadnais. Dion trying to get some inside information.
Get so you get sensitive even about little things like the captain of the Rangers, Barry Beck, being over there with the Los Angeles Kings around. But generally speaking, after a full-fledged mess like that, the players have a tendency to calm themselves down. They don't want any more. Here we go.
To number 23, Ed Hospodar, 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct, 5 minutes for fighting, 10-minute misconduct, and 2 game misconducts. Number 21, Lance Nethery, 5 minutes for fighting. Number 3, Barry Beck, 5 minutes for fighting, 10-minute misconduct, and a game misconduct. Number 24, Chris Kotsopoulos, 5 minutes for fighting, 10-minute misconduct, and a game misconduct. Number 26, Dave Maloney, 5 minutes for fighting. Number 12, Don Maloney, 5 minutes for fighting. And a double bench minor to New York. Los Angeles penalty to number 15, Andre Saint-Laurent, 5 minutes for fighting. Number 22, Steve Jensen, 5 minutes for fighting. Number 4, Jerry Korab, 5 minutes for fighting, 10-minute misconduct, and a game misconduct. Number 24, Jay Wells, 5 minutes for fighting, 10-minute misconduct, and a game misconduct. Number 17, John Paul Kelly, 5 minutes for fighting, 10-minute misconduct, and a game misconduct. Number 16, Marcel Dion, 5 minutes for fighting. Los Angeles, a double bench minor. Time of the penalties, 20 minutes of the first period.
Bill, I haven't done the addition yet, but it looks like the game misconducts have balanced themselves off. Although Eddie Hospodar's got a double game misconduct, but for the purposes of this game, I think they've balanced out.
But what's happened to the Rangers is they've lost right now Hospodar, Beck, Kostopoulos, Dave Maloney for at least 5 minutes apiece. Hospodar, Beck, and Kostopoulos have game misconduct, so the Rangers have lost 3 defensemen for the game.
They have lost Korab and Wells, 2 defensemen, and Kelly with game misconducts. Saint-Laurent and Jensen and Dion all get 5-minute fighting penalties, so they will sit out.
Jim, if you go by quality as far as players and players' reputations, the Rangers certainly got hit a lot harder than the Los Angeles Kings. Hospodar, Nethery, but the names of Beck, Dave Maloney, and Don Maloney are out for the Rangers.
Notice that Dave Taylor didn't make the list.
Saint-Laurent, or the only player of note that LA has lost, is Dion. And all he got was 5 minutes.
Number 24, Jay Wells, 5 minutes for fighting, a 10-minute misconduct, and a game misconduct.
So the Rangers will be skating for the rest of this game without Eddie Hospodar, without Barry Beck. No, Beck just got a 10-minute yes, in a game. It'll be Hospodar, and Beck and Kotsopoulos are all gone.
Jim, you've got to say that Brian Lewis has done a great job right up until now.
Time of the penalties, 20 minutes of the first period.
All those penalties, of course, at the 20-minute mark of period number 1.
And it looks like we'll start this period skating 3 against 3. Penalty minutes, the Rangers 245, the Kings 152.
Is that?
The face-off will be taking place as usual in center zone. And we've set a brand new record between the Kings and the Rangers. There have been no fights in the past 5 minutes.
Except you and I just got a kick in the leg.
Well, here are the facts. Kings lead the Rangers by a score of 2-1. We've got 40 more minutes of hockey. None of the goaltenders got involved in the penalty calling, which is interesting.
There's Brian Lewis. He's got his little black book out. He might be calling for help.
It's not that kind of little black book. You know, there's been a suggestion that they do like they do in soccer, Bill. They give out those little yellow tickets and the red cards and everything. Had to get the printing presses running extra for a mess like this one.
Jim, would you believe that in a playoff game that I had at one time, we had no goals in the regular play and no penalties?
In a playoff game?
That's right.
You were on the ice, too, huh? It must have been a good hockey game. Remember the final score?
Had to be 1-0.
Still waiting for the start of this messy second period. Maybe it'll play some hockey out here tonight. It'd be nice. Rangers won last night's game, of course, and are trailing in this one 2-1. And because of the outstanding play of Steve Baker in that first period, a little bit of luck, which you've got to have, and some good defensive work, the Rangers are still in the hockey game. They could have been blown out, as the Los Angeles Kings had power play after power play against them. There won't be enough room in the penalty boxes. I'm not sure how they're going to arrange this. They've got to build double-deckers over there somehow. We're still talking up here, trying to figure out exactly what all this means as far as penalty time and league records are concerned. In any event, it is interesting to figure on the fact that this will be the last game currently in Los Angeles. The next two will be at home for the New York Rangers. There's Jimmy Rutherford, who joined the team, as giving them good backup in the nets. Shots on goal, incidentally. I'm not sure I gave that to you. 20 for the Kings and 7 for the Rangers at the end of the first period.
Those stats on the penalty minutes you saw up on the board are not official. We're having John Halligan up here. He's our statistician tonight. He's trying to get the official figures. There's Bob Berry, the coach of the Los Angeles Kings, and Parker McDonald alongside him. They've got to build bigger penalty boxes or give less penalties. It's crowded.
Serving the men's minors for New York, number 6, Jerry Gillis. Number 14, Mike Allison. Serving the men's minors for Los Angeles, number 19, Jim Fox. Number 14, Greg Terrio.
As you heard, they got a couple of players from each team serving the double bench minors. They start off, of course, with 3 apiece out of the ice.
And Jim, those that are left are going to be fairly tired after this hockey game.
Jim Fox, number 14, Greg Terrio.
Yeah, they'll be doing a lot of skating, won't they?
Will they ever? At any event, it's a 2-1 hockey game, and maybe we'll get this second period started. Gresham is one of the lucky ones. He did not get a penalty. Hedberg did not get one. Laidlaw did not get one. Nielsen did not get one. Duguay did not get one. So the Rangers had some pretty good hockey players left out there. But they'll be shy on defensemen. I would guess that Gresham may drop back.
Face off in center zone. 3 skaters apiece. Second period just underway.